Hey, it's Brian. I'm live. And I am sharing with you some of the highlights from the body cam footage that was just released. And it is amazing. Amazing. We have Officer Hendricks body cam, Officer Varson body cam, and these were the two officers. Hey, Jessica. These were the two officers that were first on the scene. They were at the hotel. Okay, so Officer Varson, this poor woman, it was her first day on the job, and she was with her, I believe, field training officer, Officer Hendricks. So we have both their body cams. Amazing, amazing footage. So we have footage now from the get-go. I believe we've got footage of Hendricks chilling out in an office in front of a monitor, and he gets moving right away. And we've got Varson and Hendricks in the hallway with Mandalay Bay security, or someone who looks like it's professional security in the hallway. There's a lot. What's up? What's up? So there's a lot going on. And now what's interesting is I'm just going to go get to there's a lot going on I need to evaluate. There was another body cam, and it sounded like the two shots. Remember there was one shot? Like, I think there were two final shots. So I think either Paddock may have shot himself twice to kill himself, or he may have shot in the ground first to see if the gun was working and then shot himself. I don't know. That was really weird. Now, the other thing that I noticed was there was it was really interesting to me. So there was I would call this taxi cab confessions. So there's this dude, and this dude is like, he looks like he's half drunk, but he does like an interview of Hendricks while he's handcuffed. So Varson's asking him questions, like doing a regular, I guess, interview, and he's got a SWAT team or a bunch of heavily armed cops across the street, and this dude is not scared at all. And he says that he was there, he saw everything, and he also says that it was just like the movie Smoking Aces. So if you don't know about Smoking Aces, you got to see the movie. It's a crazy movie about a casino and Tahoe and all kinds of craziness going on. Good movie, Ben Affleck's in it, but he mentions Smoking Aces. So this is what happened in the taxi cab confession. So then he starts doing an interview with Hendricks. So you've got a dude in handcuffs interviewing Hendricks. And Hendricks is kind of letting it roll. He's like, hey man, were there two shooters? Tell me if there's two shooters, man. I know there's two shooters. And he's looking at Hendricks. And Hendricks says, because he knows he's on body cam, he says, I can't tell you, or something like that. He says, I can't say. Why don't you just say no? There's one guy, this guy Paddock. Why don't you just say that? I mean, there was a narrative around it. Why can't you say that? But Hendricks, he's acting all coy. He's like, I don't know, man. I can't say. And the dude's like giggling at him. He's handcuffed. This dude should get a Pulitzer Prize. Oh my God. He should get a Pulitzer Prize for this. Can you believe that this guy did this? This guy's handcuffed. He's got two cops in front of him. He's got like the National Guard or whoever across the street, all with these high-powered weapons. And he's not shy at all. I cannot believe this. He was not shy at all. He's interviewing Hendricks. And Hendricks is talking to him. He's like, yeah, dude, what do you want to know? It is crazy. I love Hendricks. He's my new hero. Varson, too. Please don't let people paint them as bad people. There's something here, I think. There's something here. Varson was first day on the job, and she's caught up in all this weirdness. Weird stuff. So anyway, the other really important part of this conversation with Hendricks. So Hendricks is talking to this dude. I'll call him Smoking Aces. I'll call this guy Smoking Aces because he is awesome. Pulitzer Prize winning interview of the officers on the scene. Best info we've ever gotten. So he gets Hendricks talking, and Hendricks says that this reminded him of a Hollywood bank robbery shooting where the guy was shooting machine guns. Whoa, that's interesting. That's an interesting comparison, because the narrative is you have a psycho shooting at civilians, from a hotel room. The Smoking Aces dude says, dude, it was like Smoking Aces. And the cop comes back and says, no, it was like this LA bank robbery from the 80s. I call this a taxi cab confession. This guy is awesome. The Smoking Aces guy is awesome. Hendrix is awesome. And Varson is super brave. This is her first day on the job, and she's caught up in all this craziness. So I'm not going to sit back while people sort of paint Hendrix and Varson as some cowards. There's some weird stuff going on here, all right? So when you look at the body cam footage, pay special attention to this scene. And I call it the Smoking Aces scene. You can go to 2 channels. Sleep Depp has a channel, and he's breaking down the topics. And then Oeg, maybe you say it. I don't know how he says it. But he does a really nice job getting the information out. So both of them are doing a great job getting the information out here for all of us. So I think what my recommendation would be is for you to, oh, Campos wasn't hurt that bad. I got a video coming out, a music video with Campos, Pete. It's gonna be fun. Hey, what's up, Aaron Vitz? So yeah, so take a look at the Taxi Cab Confession. And if you're looking for the video stamp, it's one where you've got a guy who's handcuffed and Hendrix and Varson are talking to him. And this dude is Pulitzer Prize winning performance. He interviews Hendrix, and they gave away a few things. Hendrix says this reminded him of a Hollywood bank robbery. And if you look back, there was a famous Hollywood bank robbery with machine guns where a dude's out there going nuts. The other dude says it's like Smoking Aces. And if you don't know that movie, check out Smoking Aces. It's kind of a crazy analogy. Other thing, this guy, the Smoking Aces dude that was interviewing Hendrix says there were more than 2 shooters, right? And this dude's like looking him in the eye, interviewing him. I can't believe this. This guy's handcuffed with cops across the street, full auto dudes. He's on video. He's got 2 cops right in his face. And he's like, hey man, there were 2 shooters, right? Tell me the truth. And he's getting kind of some reaction from Hendrix. I think Hendrix kind of likes this guy. I really am glad that I saw this video. I think it is mind-blowing. And honestly, it changed my outlook on Hendrix and Varson. It really did. I think they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think there was some weird stuff happening. And I think they had, Varson, it was their first night. Hendrix, I just, when I hear him talking in this video, he seems like a good guy. I think, I don't know what they were caught up in. It was just odd to me. Really strange stuff. Not sure what was going on. I feel bad for them. But at the same time, watch this video. Another thing Hendrix says, he says, it'll all come out tomorrow. That's what the dude interviewing him, the dude at handcuffs says. He says, it'll all come out tomorrow. And Hendrix says, nah, I doubt that. Oh, that's great. That is great. I love this guy, Hendrix. I love him. He's awesome. He is awesome. And I'm not being sarcastic. I do sarcasm sometimes, and I'm not being sarcastic right now. I put myself in their shoes. There was some weird stuff going on. I don't know why. I don't know who. I don't know what happened. But watch this interaction, because it looks like Hendrix. It looks like a guy was on edge all night, and I don't blame him. He was on edge all night. You can imagine. And he's got this talkative, kind of social dude who's hiding in the bushes, just doing like a taxi cab confession with him. He's like, man, this is like Smoking Aces, man. Yo, tell me, were there 2 shooters there? Tell me, there were 2 shooters there? Yeah. Let me see. Oh, yeah. All right. I gotcha. I mean, this is like classic. This is classic. Then, Pete, I don't know. There's a lot going on. I don't know. There's a lot. The Australia guy. I don't think it was the Australia guy. It doesn't look like him. It looks a little like him, but I don't think when I see the photos, it doesn't look like him. And he doesn't have an Australia accent. This guy's kind of got like a West Coast California vibe to him. So he is awesome. Awesome. The Smoking Aces reference. There's a Smoking Aces reference. There's a reference to a bank robbery in the 80s by a cop. Hendrix mentions this bank robbery in the 80s because this guy says, have you ever seen anything like this? And he says, yes, the bank robbery in the 80s. Whoa, that's interesting. So, man, I love this video. I think this video is so telling. It makes me look at everything Hendrix did in a totally different light. He looks real. He looks like a person. This was, yeah, he did seem fairly shocked. And he actually, he seemed like someone who had been through a lot, and he just wants to kind of get it a little bit off his chest. Like, what happened to us? And Varson, it's her first day on the job. Jeez. Wow. Leave her alone, the folks that are picking on them. Leave them alone. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Another comment just came to mind. Another comment. He says, man, are those guys Mandalay Bay? Are those guys Mandalay Bay? And he says, I doubt there's any Mandalay Bay people here at all. What? What does that mean? Where are they? This is Mandalay Bay. This is their property. So where's all the Mandalay Bay people? Very interesting. Why would Hendrix say there are no Mandalay Bay people here at all? Why would he say that? Why would he say that? That makes no sense. I'm getting all these other comments about take their sweet time, break it. Yeah, Pete, the whole thing with the room and the gunshots and the audio, I don't know. I mean, I haven't dug into it that close enough. You gotta have noise canceling headphones, and this just came out recently. So I'm gonna take a look at all this stuff. I was looking, hey, Flat Earth Squirrel, I'll take a look at all this stuff. SRT team or whatever, call that group on the 31st. Why Paddock was still shooting? Yeah, the 31st floor is interesting to me too. There was a party on the 31st floor that supposedly Paddock called the security on the night before. And then other folks are saying that, according to the preliminary report, he was in Mesquite. So who called the security on that country party where they're playing country music loud? And security went down there twice. I don't know. 31st floor is weird to me. Big, from Big and Rich, said that they were on the 31st floor too. So I think I don't understand what's happening on the 31st floor. I think it's interesting to me. Yeah, real strange. A lot of these country folks, if you read the members of the band or the roadies, it looks like they were brought to a safe house according to a witness statement. And I think that's DJ Silver's witness statement, because he talks about the baby that so according to this witness statement, and I think it's DJ Silver, somebody called him in the middle of the shooting and said, we have your baby. Whoa, what? That's really scary. And then they got moved like from one place to another to a safe house. And then he got his baby in the middle of the night at a nightclub. I don't know. That's weird. But let me go back. I got to stay focused. This is about the Smoking Aces taxi cab confession. It's a brand new body cam. You've got Hendrix talking to a dude who's got his hands cuffed. Hendrix is talking to a dude who's got his hand cuffed. And this dude is super poised. He's like, yeah, man. Yeah, dude. So, like, what happened? Like, it's like Smoking Aces, man. Like, I know. It's like Smoking Aces. It's like those dudes in the Tahoe Casino. And Hendrix is like, I don't know that movie, man. But he's kind of getting a kick out of this guy. So he keeps talking to him. And then there's this guy, I call him the Smoking Aces kid, says, hey, man, were there two shooters? I know there were two shooters. Were there two shooters? And Hendrix is like, can't say. It's almost like you're talking to the blackjack dealer. And you're like, and they show an ace, and you're like, is that a king or a 10 under there? Is that what do you got there? And they're like, I can't say. Not in Vegas where they get in trouble for that. Maybe if you're doing like a I don't know, like a fundraiser, and they're trying to hook you up. It was kind of like that. It's like, hey, what's over there? And Hendrix is like, I can't say. Were there two? Can't say. Real weird. Super weird. Gotta love Hendrix. I love him after this. I think he's a hero. I think this video, Hendrix and Varson, I think they're heroes. Really do. Something weird's going on. The other thing that Hendrix said, so interesting. The interviewer, the dude with handcuffs, the Smoking Aces dude says, "Hey man, it'll all come out tomorrow." Hendrix says, "I doubt it." Ali, what's up? So we're talking about Hendrix taxi cab confession. And Ali, I need your notes. You're brilliant. Taxi cab confession with the dude who's in handcuffs. This dude who's in handcuffs deserves a Pulitzer Prize. He is, yeah, exactly. He's super comfortable and could have been a parole violation. This dude doesn't care. He's got cops with weapons right across the street, 2 cops interviewing him. And he's like, "Hey, man, tell me what's up. Were there 2 shooters? There's 2 shooters, right?" Hendrix is like, "I don't know, maybe. Can't say." I mean, what? This Hendrix guy is awesome. Then he says to him, "Yeah, man, like that Smoking Aces movie." And then Hendrix goes on and says, No. He says to Hendrix, "Have you seen anything like this before?" And Hendrix starts talking to him. "Yeah, man, I've seen stuff like this. I've been there. LA, Hollywood, bank robbery, 80s. Boom, 80s. Look it up." The dude's like, "I was born in like 1988. I don't know what you're talking about." Yeah, 80s. Yeah. Bank robbery, been there, done that. Boom. What? What a reference. Where did that come out? Where did that come from, Officer Hendrix? You are awesome. You are saying more than we've heard from Lombardo ever. Promote Hendrix for sheriff. We need a recall on the vote. I want people to realize the hero they have in their ranks. And I'm not being sarcastic. I love Officer Hendrix. And Varson, for someone whose first day on the job was this mess, and you're calm, cool, collective, interviewing this Pulitzer Prize winning performance by the Smoking Aces dude who's in handcuffs. I mean, it is unbelievable. And then the dude's like, "Hey, are those all Mandalay Bay people over there?" When he looks at all the people with heavy weaponry, and Hendrix says, "No, I doubt there's any Mandalay Bay people here at all." What? What did they do? Did they evacuate their security? What are you talking about, Hendrix? You are awesome. This is the best. And then they're going to let him go. You're right. The guy is awesome. This is the most important video, in my mind, that I've ever seen. It's human. Hendrix is a human. Varson is a human. And this guy is awesome. Oh my God. This guy, he's not even scared. He seems like he's a little drunk, maybe, or high, I don't know. He's just chill. I just think this guy he was hiding in the bushes. People were dying in front of him. And then he conducts this interview, like a taxi cab confession with Hendrix. And Hendrix spills all these beans. Wow. What else is going to come out? This was, Little Monster Pants. Very candid conversation. Probably the most candid conversation we've seen. And this is kind of natural. Like, you go through a traumatic event, right? Like, I don't know, like I remember, like, Hodge was in the bush too. I don't know, like, was this one of, and he said he was coming to see his boys, his friends. Like, was he friends with Hodge? Like, Hodge looks like he's a kind of a hip guy. This looks like the kind of guy he'd hang out with. This guy's kind of hip. He's fun. Looks like he's, he's talkative. I mean, seriously, this guy looks like besides the fact that the casino had him on like a no trespassing list, he seems like a fun guy to hang out with. And he's in handcuffs. Besides that, he seems like a fun guy to hang out with. I mean, there's something here. I don't know what it is. I just loved seeing these guys talk. It was so candid, at least in my eyes and ears. It was so candid. I thought it was the most valuable video we've seen yet. It made me look at Hendrix in a different way, differently than he's been portrayed by some of the bloggers or other folks that are out there. I think, it gave us a real look at Varson. It's her first day on the job, and she's still working. It's like, I think at this time it was maybe past midnight or something like that. I have to check the Zulu time clock on the, on the body cam, but super powerful video. Looks like a super candid moment. Taxi cab confession. Hendrix kind of spills some beans. Talks talks openly. It is just, yeah, very, not personal, not rushed, not panicked. Yeah, so he said, so Angela, so what's interesting is if you follow the video, he says he's on like a no trespass list and he's hiding in the bushes, but it sounds like his friends were at the Mandalay Bay and he was trying to sneak in. That's what I was getting from that. So I'm wondering who his friends are. I don't know if there's anything there, but this dude's just rolling. Like, he's just like, man, smoking aces. They were more than 2 shooters, right? Right, officer? More than 2 shooters? Yeah, you can tell me. Come on. All right. What? Oh, my God. I wouldn't be asking any question. I'd be scared to death. Then he says, is that Mandalay Bay security or Mandalay Bay people over there? And then Hendricks is like, no. Silly, man. No. Mandalay Bay. There's no Mandalay Bay people here at all. Where are they? Where is Mandalay Bay? Then, what do we have? So what's the other takeaway? Oh, and then he says, hey, have you seen anything like this before? Have you seen anything like this before? This is what Smoking Aces says to Hendricks. And Hendricks says, yeah. LA bank robbery, 80s. Been there, done that. Oh, you weren't born yet? Oh, yeah. I've seen something like this before. What? What kind of analogy is that? You got to look up this 80s bank robbery in LA. I saw one in the 90s, in the late 90s, and it was crazy. It's on YouTube. So what is Hendricks talking about? Because that's not an analogy to a dude in a hotel room killing innocent civilians. That is not a natural analogy. Not a natural analogy at all. Okay? So we have 2 analogies in this conversation. One analogy to the Smoking Aces movie. Weird. That was a psycho movie. Crazy stuff. Off the wall crazy stuff. We have another analogy to this bank robbery in Hollywood and LA, and that's coming from Officer Hendricks. So I did my research, and that was crazy. Crazy footage on YouTube. Oh my God, taxi cab confession. Check all this out. I got to work on my new video. I'm working on my video about comparing the 2 pilots, comparing Sullenberger, who's a hero, and the miracle on the Hudson, to Officer Morris, who's the pilot at the Las Vegas massacre. A Tale of 2 Pilots. That's coming out soon. I'm working on that now. But yeah, no ear protection. Exactly, Angela. So take a look at, but if you haven't done it, I know there's a lot of body cams. There's a lot of really good data out there. It's hard to get into. I've never seen anything so in our face and so candid. Between the Smoking Aces interviewer, who's in handcuffs and who seems like he's half drunk but doesn't care, and Officer Hendricks, who really seems to like this guy. He just has this natural moment. I just read the note. Yeah, it's crazy analogies. Take a look at this. It'll make you look at this. It made me look at this whole thing differently. It made me look at this from a human element of the officers on the scene. I really respect what they do, and I just felt like these were just people doing their job, and they're like, oh my God, how do I get through this? What did I just experience? That's what I got from this. So yeah, definitely. I definitely support all the officers out there because it's not easy, and I really enjoyed, I don't say enjoyed, I really took value from this very human moment between Officer Hendricks, Varson, and the Smoking Aces dude in handcuffs. So I'm going to sign out. Hey, thanks for all the support and all the great insights and all the comments while I'm talking here right now. So anyway, appreciate it. Yeah, Little Monster Pants. He says that's what he saw. He says he saw Smoking Aces. So wow, crazy. Well, have a good day, and yeah, Ali, you got to take a look at this. It's long and boring, but watch it again, and it's just like, oh my God. All right, have a good one. Bye.